Hello and welcome to the channel. So much promises they made leading up to the presidential election 2 weeks ago. But in the blink of an eye, the Independent National Electoral Commission INEC dashed a lot of hopes and broke quite a lot of promises. Nigerians were prepared, duly registered, and timely secured their permanent voters' cards in the hope of exercising their franchise. But what played out on election day up to this day, a fortnight later, cannot be explained, or probably can't be, but it has left a lot of people just fed up. Subscribe, like, share, and comment. Thank you. Nigeria's electoral show of shame. The conduct of the 2023 presidential and National Assembly polls on February 25th has once more stirred deep questions on the credibility and integrity of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. A host of domestic and international observers agree that the polls grossly fell short of minimum global standards. It is a shame that after 7 election cycles, balloting in Nigeria remains riddled with inefficiency and tainted by accusations of result falsification, vote buying, voter suppression, calculated disenfranchisement, and violence. Just like the previous general elections that were defiled by malpractices, Nigerians are traumatized by the first rounds of balloting in the 2023 election cycle. This is despite the introduction of enhanced technology tools, the bimodal voter accreditation system (BVAS), and the INEC results viewing portal, and repeated promises by the President, Major General Muhammadu Buhari, retired, to bequeath clean elections to Nigeria. Clearly, they were empty promises. Significantly, all the main contenders in the presidential polls, Bola Tinubu of the All Progressives Congress, declared winner by INEC, Atiku Abubakar of the People's Democratic Party, Peter Obi of Labour Party, and Rabiu Kwankwaso of the New Nigeria People's Party have filed complaints. Similar irregularities marred the National Assembly elections held simultaneously on February 25th. Frankly, INEC failed significantly in its assignment, though it was backed by a strengthened Electoral Act 2022. Notable voices that have faulted the polling include a former president, Olusegun Obasanjo, the European Union Election Observer Mission, the United States Ambassador to Nigeria, Mary Leonard, a non-governmental organization, Yoga Africa, and Chatham House, the UK non-profit. Obasanjo was blunt, saying the results brought outside BVAS and SEVA are not a true reflection of the will of Nigerians. He called for cancellation and fresh balloting in places where irregularities were identified. Leonard declared that the polls did not meet the expectations of Nigerians. Evidence on polling day and after bore this out. Online media is replete with videos of security agents, public officials, and thugs tearing ballot papers, massive thumb printing, ballot box snatching, and other irregularities. There are viral videos showing how results from polling units were altered and later uploaded to the IREF portal, different from the original results. INEC messed up by failing in the electronic transmission of results from the polling units to the IREV, as mandated by the Electoral Act. The law was initially hailed as the solution to the pervasive rigging that has rendered past polls in Nigeria questionable. INEC has no tenable excuse for its resort to manual transmission of results in many places or uploading days after the polls had been held. This is crucial. In Nigeria, it is during manual collation that politicians mutilate, change, and manipulate votes with the connivance of some compromised INEC officials and security agents. The umpire should never have allowed this to happen. BVAS and IREV were promoted as the game changers with their capacity for instant and accurate accreditation of genuine voters and real-time, transparent transmission of results to the IREV portal. Yoga Africa, which deployed 3,014 observers across the country, said the state-level presidential results for Imo and Rivers are inconsistent with the Yoga Africa watching the vote projections for both states. For Rivers, INEC announced 231,591 votes for APC, or 44.2%, 175,071 for LP, or 33.4%, and 88,468 for PDP, or 16.9%. This is in sharp contrast to the Yaga Africa WTV estimates for Rivers, which are APC 21.7% plus 5.0%, for LP 50.8% plus 10.6%, and for PDP 22.2% plus 6.5%. It delivered a similar and even more damning verdict for Imo State, where results were declared in some places where voting did not hold. Barry Andrews, Yaga's chief observer, declared INEC lacked efficient planning and transparency during critical stages of the electoral process, while on election day, trust in INEC was seen to further reduce due to delayed polling processes and information gaps related to much anticipated access to results on its results viewing portal. Subscribe, like, share, comment, and please turn the notification bell on. Thank you. INEC's ICT failure is baffling. It badly tainted the 2023 presidential election as it created room for manipulation, which the loathsome politicians promptly seized. The battle has shifted to the courts with all its negative connotations. Elections in Nigeria have usually failed the integrity test, with the results often contested at the courts. The 2015 presidential election was unique because the incumbent president, Goodluck Jonathan, graciously conceded defeat, overruling the hawks in his own party. Buhari's 3 earlier presidential runs went right up to the Supreme Court until his decisive victory at the 4th attempt. A sad consequence of flawed elections is that the courts have supplanted voters as the ultimate deciders of elections. This is a negation of democracy which is anchored on the will of the people and their inalienable right to freely choose their leaders. Nigeria must change this narrative. One way out to make the people's will count is for the courts to order fresh polls where there are credible doubts on the polling rather than judges deciding the victor. The 2007 polls were particularly bad, and the courts overturned many results at the state and federal levels. Although the Supreme Court refused to overturn or order a return of the presidential polls, the winner, the late Umaru Yar'Adua, admitted that the elections that brought him to power were manipulated. The significant recommendations of the Mohammed Uwais-led panel he set up have not been implemented after his incapacitation and death in office in May 2010. That's the news, guys. Thanks for listening. Until next time, bye.